Have you ever found yourself stressing over the how you're going to achieve something, how everything will fall into place, how you're going to make it happen? It's exhausting, isn't it? What if I told you that the secret to achieving your dreams lies not in figuring out how, but in learning to surrender and trust that life knows what it's doing? Let me take you on a journey, a story of letting go of the how and watching life take care of the rest. You see, there's something deeply powerful about surrender. Now, I know when you hear the word surrender, your mind might rush to thoughts of giving up, losing control, or being weak. But that's not what surrender means in the realm of personal growth and manifestation. Surrender is not about giving up. It's about letting go of the need to control every little detail and trusting that the universe, or life, has your back. The most powerful thing you can do in this life is to learn to surrender. Surrender the need to figure out how everything is going to unfold. Why is it so important to focus on surrendering while staying aligned? Here's the thing. Alignment is everything. You see, when you align yourself with your true desires, when you align with your highest self and your core values, the universe responds. But it won't respond to control, to worry, or to trying to micromanage every aspect of your journey. It responds to your energy. When I say align, I mean tuning into that higher frequency of possibility, that space where you know deep in your soul that what you desire is already on its way. Alignment is about being in harmony with your true essence, staying true to your authentic self, and trusting that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. But here's the catch. Alignment alone doesn't work if you're still holding on tightly to the how. Let's talk about this how for a moment. The how is where most people get stuck. It's where we get caught up in the logistics of our dreams, the minutia of how everything will unfold. We get paralyzed by the thought that we don't know the path. And so we freeze. And in that freezing, we block the flow of energy, creativity, and opportunity from coming into our lives. I've been there too. I've spent countless hours obsessing over how things would happen, how I would find success, how I would manifest my dreams, how I would finally get it all together. But let me tell you this, the minute I let go of the how, everything started to shift. It's almost like life was just waiting for me to get out of my own way. I'll never forget the moment I realized that surrendering was the key to my own personal growth. I was working on a project that seemed impossible to finish. There were so many pieces to put together, and I was trying to control every single detail. The more I tried to control, the more chaotic things became. I felt overwhelmed, drained, and honestly, I felt like giving up. Then I decided to try something different. Instead of forcing, instead of obsessing over every little aspect of the plan, I chose to surrender. I let go of the how and just focused on staying aligned with my vision. I allowed myself to trust that everything would unfold in perfect timing. And guess what? Within a week, the solution to my problem appeared out of nowhere. Things started to click into place in ways I couldn't have imagined. The right people showed up, the resources came to me, and suddenly, I was back on track. The key was in surrendering control. When we stop trying to micromanage how our dreams will come true, we allow space for them to manifest in ways we never anticipated. This doesn't mean that you sit back and do nothing. It means that you stay aligned with your vision, stay true to your purpose, and trust that life will present the right opportunities at the right time. It's like planting a seed in the ground. You don't obsess over how the seed is going to grow. You just make sure you're providing it with the right environment, good soil, sunlight, and water. And you trust that in its own time, the seed will grow into something beautiful. The same principle applies to your goals. Now, I know what you might be thinking. But how do I know if I'm really aligned? That's a fair question. Alignment is a feeling, not a strategy. It's about tuning into your intuition, your inner wisdom, and listening to your soul. When you're aligned, you feel in flow, you feel energized, and you feel like you're in the right place at the right time. It's not about pushing or forcing. It's about trusting the path you're on, even when you don't know exactly where it's leading. Here's a powerful insight. Alignment is not about perfection, it's about presence. You don't need to have everything figured out to be aligned. You don't need to know every step. All you need to do is focus on being present in the moment, staying true to your vision, and trusting that the universe will guide you. So how do you stay aligned while surrendering the how? Trust yourself. Trust that you have everything you need inside of you to create the life you desire. You don't need to control every aspect. You simply need to trust that your inner guidance will lead you to the next step. Release fear. Fear is what keeps us clinging to control. When you surrender the how, you have to release the fear of not knowing what's coming next. Trust that what's meant for you will find its way to you. Take inspired action. This is key. Surrender doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for life to hand you everything on a silver platter. It means being open to the inspiration that comes your way and taking action when it feels right. Listen to your gut, and when it nudges you to take a step, do it. Practice patience. Life doesn't always unfold on your timeline, and that's okay. Surrendering means trusting that there's a higher plan at work. And sometimes that plan takes a little longer than we expect. Be patient with the process. Stay grateful. Gratitude is a powerful way to stay aligned. The more you express gratitude for what you already have, the more you open yourself to receiving even more. When you focus on the abundance in your life, you attract more of it. I want you to think about a time in your life when you experienced a moment of true surrender. Maybe it was in a relationship, a career decision, or during a personal challenge. In that moment, when you let go of the how, what happened? Chances are, the universe surprised you in ways you didn't expect. Now imagine living your life in this state of surrender. Imagine trusting that everything you desire is already on its way to you. Picture yourself releasing the burden of control and simply being present in each moment, trusting the process and knowing that life is unfolding exactly as it should. This is what I want for you. I want you to let go of the how and allow life to take care of the rest. Let go of the need to control every detail and instead, focus on staying aligned with your deepest desires. When you do this, life will flow to you in ways you can't even begin to imagine. Remember, you don't need to know the how. You only need to know that you are worthy, that your desires are valid, and that everything you want is already on its way to you. The next time you find yourself stressing over the how, stop. Take a deep breath, surrender, and trust. Because when you let go of the how, life takes care of the rest.